today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their -3-game win streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
On first down, it's Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Jones.
31-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards. And that also leads to 4th down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Shelling through the defense. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Quarterback sack.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David.
The pass. Intercepted by the Buccaneers.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
What's the deal, y'all? That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Brian Burns picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Escaping the pressure right. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Christian McCaffrey.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On the tackle. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas.
That's good for a Carolina.
A lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The tackle.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. This is Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and
on 2nd down, it's Jones. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Again, the ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. To throw, it's Brady. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Brady. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
What's up, man?
In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step, because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's to McCaffrey, complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Brady, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
6. Panthers, nothing.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. The Giants still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
second and
They'll go again to Jones. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third.
From the gun, it's Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
Buccaneers.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Holding offense.
You gotta be kidding me.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second down.
Again, it's Jones. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
10 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
To Robbie Anderson.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Second and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's another.
The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Second and 4.
30-yard line.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. From the 9, second and 5.
Second and 5 at the 9-yard line.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's third down.
Brings up third and 5.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man in concert.
He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the 20.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 6.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady, a dump underneath to Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a 3rd down.
Quickly to Gronkowski, that's caught. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
McCaffrey, and he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
McCaffrey on the
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
1st down, Buccaneers.
On 1st down, Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Jones. The 20. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 34.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now Jones. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Brady to throw on second down. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Panthers 7.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So now the Panthers down by 2, a minute 50 to play. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. He'll look to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
The pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. And his throw is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Now here's a timeout as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. Oh, that heart has to be pounding inside the chest of Joey Sly. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Oh, that heart has to be pounding inside the chest of Joey Sly. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a simple...
And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Buccaneers.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Panthers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try